So, hey guys, good morning. My name is Vimla Rane, mother of two lovely daughters, wife of a wonderful husband, and a corporate trainer turned relationship coach and title winner of Mrs. Superwoman 2019 Bangalore. And hi, good morning, Dr. Shivani. Yes.
Hello.
Hi. So, this channel is dedicated to all the women, working women who are very, very ambitious and they get married. And as we know, 21st century marriage landscape has changed, and we need to help both the husband and wife with modern tools so that they can focus on their ambition as well as they can be happy in their marital life, and also they need not lose their identity. So, Dr. Shivani, this is my passion. This is a reason I have started to focus on modern marriage. So, thanks for coming on my channel. And let me introduce you to my audience. So, Dr. Shivani, I know her in the recent past, and she was very happy to participate and contribute to this good cause. And thank you so much from my bottom of my heart for that. And
Even thanks for inviting me for such a beautiful channel with wonderful team.
okay. Dr. Shivani is a medical professional with family history since three generations, lifelong learner, spiritual seeker, served at leadership positions of LEO, Rotary, BNI, IDA, serial entrepreneur, passionate about transforming lives of people through her 3P lifestyle model, developed after all ups and downs, which doctor is going to share with us in health, money, and relationship areas as well. She's a mother of a 20-year-old Superman. That's what she describes about her son. And her mission is to empower and guide individuals to create life with peak health, peak energy, peak performance, and design optimized life of balance with full of zest, joy, passion, and bliss. And she has coached individuals through three secrets to 3P lifestyle of peace, progress, prosperity with 9-step formula. And she is an author and she is a blogger and she has her own podcast. And also, she has an ebook published. And her book name is Discover 9 Secrets of Abundance and 9 Ultimate Secrets of Money and Personal Growth. And she also has a channel, YouTube channel, if I'm right, and social media links. I'm going to put it in the description box. You can contact her. And in this channel, she has variety of videos on topics like A to Z, secrets of health, money, mind power, manifestation, goal setting, single parenting, debt management, and a lot more other topics. And she's also going to give us a financial abundance strategy gift if you watch this video till the end. Yeah, that's it. I
Yes.
welcome you to the show, Doctor. And please
Thank you. Thank you.
introduce yourself in your own words.
Oh, in fact, you have given my introduction. That's a huge introduction, but I can say, as I can say, what I know is I will tell about myself is about my mission. Everybody is born on this earth and they go through a different life stages, and they have that life of survival first. They strive to get something. So I have seen that I have survived to get good money, also good success, good relationship, and then you reach to a success, like you get what you want, what you desire, and then you get that arrived syndrome. Yes, I am arrived, I have got everything. And that's what has happened for me also. I have got money more than I imagine.
Wow.
I come from a background of a 3 generation dentist. So there, earning 1 lakh and 2 lakh rupees in a month was a big thing in 1990s. But when I came to Mumbai, and that I started getting with a new practice more than that in a month. In a small city, I used to check 100 patients and do so hard work of 12 to 15 hours and get that amount of money. And where I came, I was getting that amount of money within 3 months only of my practice by looking at less patients. So okay, I got money more than I imagined. And then after certain times you go through the roller coaster lines, and then you will come to know why life happens for me, why this has happened. And then ultimately you arrive at what's the purpose of my life. So I introduce myself now. I'm on a mission to empower 1 lakh souls, and especially the ladies who are very helpless and they are seeking the support from their family, and somehow they don't have any support and they end up taking wrong decisions of leaving that family, or just staying single, and they go through a lot of financial and emotional turmoil, and their work life balance is also upset. So I'm on mission to support and empower such a woman, because women have got lot of potential. So you can say my introduction is, I'm on a mission to empower women.
Okay. Thank you for that interaction. Can you help me with quoting any example of whatever uh, projects you have taken, the women you have coached, without picking any names? Can you give me some live example of some women you have helped in through your coaching?
Yeah. See, as you know, that when I was having my 7 months old, that's what I call, my son is 20 years woman. In my life, it has happened that I ended up with love marriage, and after 7 to 8 years of dating, during this, I got married, and then we had a very successful 7 years of marriage with lot of planning and everything. But suddenly it has happened that situation came, nobody was able to control that. So I end up looking after my son since he was 7 months old. And I thank God that I had a good emotional support, financial support, and I could see that. But I have helped many ladies. They are already having high education, in fact more education than me in the medical field, and even their partner is also equally educated, but somehow because of some issues they want to part away. But I have held them, don't take such a harsh decision just for temporary pleasure or temporary coming out of the problem. You have to see the foresight. So if you can say, apart from the finances, I have helped many women, and especially the professional women, not to take harsh decision, to just take a, you can say, premature divorce.
Mhm. How would you describe a premature divorce, Dr. Shivani?
Premature decision is, oh, there is a fight, there is the ego fight, and suddenly, oh, we cannot get along. Your vision is different, your goals are different, you're not giving me time, and then we are not able to, a lot of arguments. So just they take a decision, oh, I think, don't think so, we can get along, and just part away without thinking any consequences of the future. And sometimes they don't think of kids also. And at the age of 40, at the age of 50, also they want to take the decision of just going away.
Okay. I'm curious to understand then, what is a mature decision on a divorce?
Oh, that's a good question. Mature decision is that, like, if really you can't go along, and then the atmosphere at home is very much disturbed, and it is giving wrong effects on your child, and you are not happy, nobody's happy. In that case, then you have to take a decision that we will not stay together, but we'll not apart. So we will see that how we can create a good environment as a father, as a mother, for our kids, and give them a role model, and not give the role model that we have just married and we are not getting along, and let's part apart. Mature decision is not taking a divorce, but in particular time you can just have little separation, but don't take divorce. That's what I mean to say. And since your channel is dedicated to this, I'm talking on this topic. Besides that, also I help many ladies who are in the depths, women entrepreneurs in lot of depths, because they have to again look at home and look at their business also. And when particularly woman is doing any business, she has to prove herself that yeah, she has taken the right decision, becoming a career oriented. Because as a woman entrepreneur, there are a lot of support is not there, and especially from the in-laws if you are staying in a joint family. So they don't want their daughter-in-law to go and work or have own business, because business also comes with lot of risk. And then in that proving game, she takes up a capital from someone and she ends up into some debt. So I have helped many ladies how to settle your debts and how to come out of debts. And also I have helped many ladies to start their startups, uneducated ladies to have a startups. So it is not only helping women about the relationship, but also helping women entrepreneurs to start up their thing without any capital or with less capital. And some women entrepreneurs, they come across debt traps. So to come out of debt traps, apart from the relationship issues. And health is there because I'm come from a medical. So I always, health is by default.
Focus on health as well. Okay, now I'm so curious to find out how you became like this. There are a lot of things you're doing, especially with women. What motivated you to start this, and what was your driving point behind this mission? And how did you crack it? You're in the flow right now. You're able to help others also and
Yeah.
create impact in people's life, which I always call it you're in the flow. How did you start all this?
Yes.
Why did you start? What is your big why?
Yeah. So I'll just let you know that life happens for you. I feel like life is not happening with you. Life happens for you. I believe that. So whatever happened in my life, I have gone through different cycles. So I'll tell you that I started earning from the age of 21, and I arrived at success because of the goodwill of my grandparents. He was a dentist. So I have tested that success, no? Like everybody is waiting for you, and then you are getting money and that. When I came to Mumbai, and then I started my new life after marriage. So I started from zero. So again, I could see that how lady has to stay in a joint family, what other people think about joint family when you are working. I used to come from Chembur to New Bombay and work for that. So I have gone through all the different experiences any woman can go. I stayed in a joint family. I stayed in a single family where there was no support, and you have to juggle around with work and life balance. At the same time, you have to become mother. So I delayed my pregnancy also because there are a lot of stress and a lot of responsibilities during my career. So sometimes then I thought, if I become pregnant and if I give a birth to a child, then I have to just compromise on my career. And if I compromise on career, who will look after the family? Because my husband was still not earning, he was studying. So I have gone through all angles. Like I played a role of a man, you can say, the looking after the family till my husband came and started practicing. Then after that also my son was born, and some issues happened and I had to separate. I have seen that I love my partner also, but I have seen that your testing period comes when you see that your loving partner is undergoing some psychological issues. So I have dealt with that, that is schizophrenia, and I don't mind telling like that. But first of all, I was not ready to handle that. But I understood that these patients require only the unconditional love. And during that process, I was also resisting too much. But maybe you can say the divine grace and some support from my parents, they always showed that it is happening to you. You have got a son. You just cannot run away from the responsibilities. You have to show the right culture and the right model for your son. So you have to just go through that situations. And I have gone through that situations. Then I came across, as you told, very severe health challenges of my husband. My husband is no more. I lost him at the age of 40 when I was at the peak of the career. And when he was rehabilitated, it was like this: the person I loved, he was such a smart and handsome guy, and he was on a deathbed where you could not recognize him. From 75 kg, he was almost a 40 kg. So in that time, testing period came. I can just say, oh, it's not my husband, or I cannot do it. But it was a great pleasure that I have served him during his bad times. ऐसे बोलते हैं ना कि रास्ते का भिखारी है, उसको भी हम अच्छी तरह से देख लेते, कुछ हेल्प करते हैं, ये तो अपना आदमी है तो उसको तो क्यों नहीं करने का. So nobody came forward and I just helped him during the rehabilitation, and that was a complete, you can say, the completion of my relationship, that we have forgiven and forget everything. And that has given me such a great pleasure, and I could do it only because of the support from my parents. They have imbibed the right culture, and because of that incident everybody started respecting me. And then I came across, I came out of the debt situation, I paid off my husband's debt, and everything came up. So I feel ki why God has given me all these experiences that woman could go, all the severe health challenges, relationship challenges, and the financial challenges, not the own financial challenges, financial challenges of your husband. I could have denied that. Oh, it's not me, it's not mine, it's not my responsibility. But I have done. So during that process, I have evolved as a person, and I can relate with every lady what she can go through. See, its emotions are same only. So I feel why I have gone through, and if I come across any situation, by the grace of God, by the grace of my friends and family, I am a saheli. I am a, that best friend of any woman, because I really can understand. And usually if women suffer from any problem, it may be any problem, she does not express herself. She keeps it to herself, and then she takes any decision. But she has got very hidden potential inside her. Somebody has to handle her and remove that potential within her. And that's why, Adele, if I am so lucky to have such a great friends, mentors, and all the parents, and I could see from a very financially illiterate person and very innocent person to a very confident. The way I'm talking, I was not able to talk. I was a robotic doctor. I was just a duty oriented doctor. So if there is a transformation in me, I want to transform many people and give that hope. If such a simple shy girl from a small city, financial illiterate person can go through all the situations and come out of it, so it's my moral responsibility, and I think it's purpose of my life to empower women, whoever comes in contact, and give that hope and belief that she has got a hidden potential within us. We have to just take out a bounce back and win again in your life, because woman's, you can say, the purpose of coming on this earth is great, but coming as a woman, it's a greater purpose besides me. So that's what I feel, and it's coming from my own experiences. And I want to pass the same hope and belief to every woman around me. So our mission is to help, to give food, clothes, shelter to at least 10,000 ladies with my projects.
Beautiful. If you give me permission, I want to drill down to that experience of one is I'm curious to find out. You said schizophrenic, right?
Yeah, schizophrenia.
Yeah. So you being a dentist, family, schizophrenic happened after marriage or was it before? And how did you handle that shock of knowing that somebody can be schizophrenic? Number one. Number two, how did you handle all those emotions? Okay, now it is easy to listen to you that you have gone through so much and you have come out on the other side. But I'm so curious to understand. Yeah, family supported you, but as a newly married woman, how did you handle all this?
Yeah. See, first of all, see, I have never seen any psychological disorder in family. But just before marriage, my husband was an orthopedic surgeon, and he always told there is a family history of schizophrenia. So it's not like that. I was not aware. He told his mother is a schizophrenic, and he explained schizophrenia as a double personality, and some patients are silent, some patients are violent. And my mother-in-law was a silent patient. She's still alive. So I was aware about it. But after marriage, then I could see that he was very possessive, and then I could see those traits, but he was very violent. Like first few years, it was nothing. And then he suddenly started going into depression. He had hallucination. He started suspecting on me. It happens with everyone. If even if doesn't have to be schizophrenic, any alcoholic person also becomes a paranoid when he's on high. So I used to happen. The first of all, it was a very cultural shock, and being a doctor, and he never mentioned that he's suffering from schizophrenia. was a shock to me. But luckily, I had a psychiatrist next to me also. So he told, yes, it's a schizophrenia and it's a personality disorder, and you have to just go along with it and just give unconditional love. But I was not very matured that time. I was having physical and mental insecurity, a lot of fights and all that. So I just to get that patience that I am being a doctor and he being a doctor, I just cannot declare to anyone. So I just kept it for myself for a few years. After that, I just open it with my friends and then to parents. Then parents will, okay, we will just take care of. So that time, again, my in-laws were not ready to accept that he's having a schizophrenia. And that time, nobody was coming forward to take a strong decision to put him into the rehabilitation center. And I really regret for that. If I was very confident, I would have saved his life, I feel. Because if we would have kept in a rehabilitation center, he wouldn't have gone to the alcoholism, which he was having alcoholism. And then he lost his liver and he's lost his life in 40. But this, within 8 years, he lost his life. This happened at the age of 32, and by the age of 40, he lost his life. So during that, it was my love, because it was my love marriage. He has given me great memories. He was very great. And later on, I could find out why, what is the reason. So it's a schizophrenia, the reason is childhood conditioning. So I just accepted him as it is. And I just told, okay, I should know about it and what I can do so that the next generation is aware about schizophrenia. And it's all about childhood conditioning. So you can just do some rehabilitation by counseling, which is very important.
Yeah, so I'm from a medical and psychiatric background, and I worked with a mentally ill rehabilitation center in Bangalore. That was my first job. So I completely can relate with what you're saying. So I was in a rehabilitation center for mentally challenged people. So if any of my audience are watching, any women who are watching whose husband might be having any mental illness challenge and they love that person so much, after marriage, if you get some illness, you can't ditch them. We have to take care of them. So what will be your advice for such women who might be having an alcoholic husband or a schizophrenic husband or any other personality disorder husband, or even as you said, all these are root cause will be the childhood conditioning, mild disorder, a very short-tempered person also, anybody who is unable to communicate his anger or her anger has a challenge, childhood conditioning. So what will be your advice for such people?
See, there are experts, but with my experience, I can tell, first of all, you have to accept it. Yes, there is a problem. Don't hide the problem. Accept it. It is there. And what we can do about it. But not expressing and not taking any solution or treatment will not help. It will exaggerate. So accepting that problem and taking the proper help, involving the family members, involving the senior members, and take it as a combined effort and give him a comfort. Just love unconditionally. Don't make the person feel guilty or bad about it. If you give more those vibrations and say about that, it will not happen, because maybe temporary you might feel, okay, I'm going away from this person who is having personality disorder, I will have a great life. But after the years, you will realize your good memories will never go. So my good memories never go, because the beautiful life, beautiful memories he has given, he has also empowered me so much. Only the bad part he had in his life was the schizophrenia. That is also temporary period, because now my son is 20 years old and he wants to know how was his father and where he generated from. So then if you are apart, it is very, you can say, you just try to avoid. I have seen many friends like this who have apart, and now their son wants to know about their father and mother, and they are not in communication, so they are avoiding this topic. So in fact, by avoiding this topic, you are stopping the growth of your child also. So it's a, you can say, the universe given relationship, and it is giving for a reason. Just by going away, maybe you will get a temporary pleasure, but overall the consequences of will be different, and that time you will realize, oh, I could have done like that. So just go along with that, accept the problem, take help, take counseling help, rehabilitation help, and just create a good atmosphere. You can find out the number of solutions. Just going away from and not in contact is not good. The relationship is given with a purpose, and there is some reason behind it. Just go along. And as a parent, you are a role model. If you are behaving like that, the same history will repeat with you. I have seen many examples. The history repeats itself. And at the end of the life, you come to know that money is not everything. The relationships are more important. And money is your goodwill. Money is all about your promissory note and commitment.
Beautiful. But doctor, what women or anybody, men and women, when we go through a challenge, the first question we ask ourselves is, why me? Denial. I don't deserve such life. So you beautifully
Yeah.
said, accept it. And you said you have pleasant memories. That is why you accept it. But you also mentioned that relationship is God's given, and if there is any challenge in relationship, there might be a purpose behind it. But most of us, when you are inside the problem, it took so many years to realize that it has come with a purpose. But
Yeah.
when you're inside the problem, we get so stuck in the challenge, we are not able to see problem as a good thing, that it has come with a purpose. And most of the people who have gone through challenges, especially in relationship, uh, they take so much time to realize that it has come with a purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
So what is your, how to shorten that learning curve for some women who don't need to take so much time to understand that problems occur in the relationship, but it has come with a purpose? How can we shorten the learning curve for them?
It's very difficult to answer. Again, it will come with your own this thing. But when you are in a problem, there is always a solution. So instead of talking about the problem, how you can find out the solution, and then what exactly is expected out of the other partner, and what is expected out of you, and you can just see what we can do. There are many things, like now I have come to know, I wish I would have known like that. Everybody's core belief system is different. Like when husband wife is not getting along or any problem comes, because now see, for you the honesty and integrity is first, suppose the first priority. The other person is having a different priority. So understanding the other's person perspective, why he's thinking or why he's behaving like that, what is the purpose behind it, what is the intention behind it. So I think acceptance and open communication, then you will be able to resolve. But not accepting, just keeping it to yourself and just having those preconceived notions, having your own perceptions and judgments, rather than open communication and solving that problem for the better future, is a solution, I feel.
Beautifully said. So, what I would, my last question will be, what are the lessons you are teaching your son, especially with regards to relationship and family? What are the lessons he's learning from you?
Oh, I think I have not taught him lessons. He had just because they don't take up the things what you talk. No, they will not listen to you what you talk. They will observe what you do. They always imitate your behavior. They don't imitate your what you say them. And I'm so happy that he's at the age of 20. Means he will be 21 now. And as a, I have given the right atmosphere. I feel so lucky that he's very gifted child, and he's very good at studies. So he's studying in IIT Kharagpur. Now he's in the final year. So I told him go for overseas education. So he has seen me serving his father in very bad state. He has seen me serving my parents also. I left my career for 2 years and just served my critically ill patient. So he has seen like how happy I was and how happy my parents were there. So I told him go for overseas. He told, please don't force me to go to the overseas education. I'm good at studies. I will study here only because I don't want to leave you and my maternal uncle, who is my next father, to wait for me when I am there. So I don't want to go. I want more relationship, and serving you is more important to me rather than my career. So I that's what he has picked up from. So usually I don't give any lessons to him. But now the modern marriage is coming and everything is coming. So I just told, you take your mature decision to whom you want to marry. Don't cross your limits and be committed with whomever you are, and follow our culture. Don't follow the Western culture, because I am from India. So I don't want he is in a living relationship and changing the things. So I told ki don't cross your limits. You take your mature decision and be committed, and follow your duties.
Beautiful.
That's all.
And if you are so strong like this, in spite of so many challenges, you must have taken some strong marriage lessons from your parents. So can you share some of those lessons for our audience? What did you learn from your parents?
Yes, that's interesting. Nobody asked me. I saw, if I give you example, both my parents, like my father got married to a very rich girl. My mother from a very rich family. So she was born with the cars and lot of, you can say, servants with her. So when she came from Pune, that is a very good city, to a small city like Ahmednagar, and the culture was different, everything was different. She had to do everything, where no servants and everything, but she just got adapted from very rich, high luxury to a very miser family, you can say. They were not poor, but the miser family, they never used to spend on good things, even the good food. But she brought culture from there, and a culture of my family has improved only because of her eating habits, giving good nutrition, having a right food at right time. And that's what. So my father also accepted her as it is. She was a bit hot tempered. My father was a very cool person, so I adjusted. So in the beginning, I saw she was always hot tempered. So I took a lesson that if you want to continue the marriage, one person has to be aggressive, the other person has to become cool. You have to accept it and adjust it like that. And okay, accept the flaws, and you complete each other. Don't compete with each other. So they were both double graduates, MA, but they never competed each other. They completed each other. She never took a, she was an MAB at that time, and she never took a job. She always devoted her life. And when I saw at the end, like when my father was ill, it was exactly opposite. My father was more irritated, and she was equally cool.
Okay.
Oh, my hot-tempered woman! How come she has become cool? So it is all changed. So what I learned, they were just completing each other, accepting their flaws, and they had only one vision in front of them, that whatever is there, we will just go along, because we have to keep the status of our family. We just cannot fight with each other, accept the flaws, and we have to give a great future to our kids. And that's what they have done. They have done so much sacrifices. They save money, and especially my mother, she was saying, oh, what happens, like you want only your son to become a dentist to continue the third generation. Woman also can become. And she fought for me that I had to make my daughter dentist, and she kept her gold to pay for my, because my father and my grandfather was not ready. So that's what I saw. They were completing each other, and I had a wonderful example of that, how they have moved in spite of their flaws, different culture, and they just got it. Otherwise, the woman of a hot tempered coming from a rich family, and then you cannot fulfill her demands and everything. I think they are going to go apart only. So I give you very hats off to my father in that time, how he handled her, and later on with his unconditional love and accepting her, and later on she accepted and she changed everything, and she
Beautiful.
has
Beautiful.
great values.
Beautiful.
That example is there. You adjust as it is.
Thank you so much. And one last question. What will be the advice for all the ambitious working women and the husbands of ambitious working women?
Oh, ambitious working woman. Yes, you have your potential. You have studied. You have got great ambitions, and you have great ambitions because you have got some unfulfilled desires. No, during your childhood, in your teenage, you had some unfulfilled desire. That's the reason you want to fulfill those desires, because you don't want to depend on your, because you always depended on your father and family, and you could not fulfill those desires. that's what you feel you become ambitious, because you want to earn that respect and money to fulfill your desires. It may be materialistic desires, or it can be emotional desires of having significance, respect, and everything. That's why you have become ambitious. But woman has to play all roles, and you are a role model. The house is known by the woman. She can break the house or she can make the house. Even if you come from very cultured family, very educational, very financial family, no, you have to cook. You have to cook. You can keep a cook, but you have to know the cooking. No, you cannot say, oh, I'm a woman. No, I don't like cooking. I will not know. It will not happen like that. So you are made for that. You have got very hidden potential. You're a multifaceted person. Just have a work-life balance and don't take any hasty decisions. Sometimes you have to compromise your work also for the family. Family priority is the thing, because if you are giving more importance to the career and not looking after the family, you are going to repent it later. So sometimes you have to juggle around which one to give priority. And if you give priority, that the fruits will reflect.
Yeah. So one piece of advice for the husbands of ambitious women.
Oh,
We
husbands
have
of
last 3 minutes. Last 3 minutes.
okay, husbands of ambitious women. You have to understand that there is a different personality. If you understand actually the personality, there are 9 types of personality, which I'll not talk about. But if you really understand her personality is ambitious, and maybe my personality is little of contentment. You have to really understand what is the gift language. No, gift language of your woman. She maybe just likes appreciation from you. Maybe she likes just a quality time from you. She just want, oh, just help her in something. So you understand her gift love language, what she wants from a husband. She doesn't want only money from you. Maybe she wants a quality time, she wants appreciation, maybe she wants some act of service towards you, or she wants some gifts or something like that. So if you have any ambitious woman, just accept, yes, she's more ambitious than me. It's okay, it's good for my family, but I will understand what's her love language, and I will give her love, unconditional love, through her love language she likes. Because if you are giving a love language in a different thing which you like, she will become more aggressive. So accept it and just feed her love by giving her love language.
Thank you so much. That was an awesome answer. Thanks for coming. I think we have a lot of information here, practical information. You have lived your life and shared all that. Thanks for trusting and sharing. I think all my audience are very lucky to.
Yes, I loved your interview style, because I was not knowing what questions you are going to ask. In other interviews, they know. So it came natural, and I hope I added some value.
Yeah, I would love to have it
some
natural. I don't
inspiration.
want to be prepared. So, but the intention is to help all the ambitious working women love their husband. So we want to help women love their husband, and husband love their understand their ambitious working wife.
Yeah, they
Thanks.
are incomplete without the husband.
Yeah, true. Thanks a lot for your time, ma'am, and thank you so much. And my best wishes for you to impact more women in their life. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. So guys, keep tuned into this channel, and I wish you all the best to have a very happy married life. Please like, share, and subscribe, and share this message to all the working women and their husbands. The intention is to help working women, ambitious women, love their husband with their full heart, and the husbands to understand their ambitious working wife. Thanks a lot. I come back again with another video.